This is a HeadGum podcast.
Gather round! I like that! Yeah!
Yes!
Mess around!
That's what I'm talking about. All night. Look at that.
They messing around.
You know, Hannah, technology is it's a real pain in the tip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I do know. We've been struggling people. We've been struggling people today with Lamar and getting his headphones to work. But that's usually, let's be real.
It's usually
That's
reserved
me.
for you.
That's usually for me. The Wi-Fi doesn't work. The computer doesn't work. The light doesn't work. The mic doesn't work. No one can hear me. No one can see me. The whole computer just dies for no reason. I have no Wi-Fi. So you were kind of due because all my shit worked today.
Yeah, and mine.
That
didn't.
was the
Well,
problem.
I got a new laptop, and I think. Well, it's not that I think. I know that's the
issue.
bloody issue right there.
Are you preparing
new
for
laptop.
a British roll? That's the bloody issue. Let me tell you. All right, I got a new laptop. Absolute madness. Pure chaos.
Pure chaos, bloody chaos. Why?
Giving
Why?
chaos. So today we're doing WIG. 507. Not is crazy instead of saying zero.
Not.
As someone
Who
they
says
say
that?
the Brits. 507 would be 507.
I've never heard that.
Really? NAUGHT.
I know what
Not.
not means, but it's like they use it in mathematical.
Yes.
All right, well, that's your people.
The word not, by the way, like not, and then you think about like sailing knots, and then it can mean zero. Like invent new words.
Well, it's just based off how y'all say it. You know what I mean? How you Brits say it. Like we, you know, the real English speakers, we say not when it's like no, like not. When you're talking about like what you call it, speed on a boat or something like that.
Yeah.
Knots, like not. It's
Yeah.
different from not. Like not is
Yeah.
like not on my watch.
Yeah.
When it's a boat, you're like not. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. And then when you're
Interesting.
saying not, you say not with a NOUGHT.
Yeah, I know.
Not. So it's
Not.
different.
I-
But y'all make it sound like everything.
Yes. I
Snort,
do
snort.
not want to go on a boat that is going 0.7 knots on my way to Notberry Farm.
Or Notting Hill.
To Notting Hill.
To be very, very naughty.
We're doing really great with our podcast. Every time
my
at the end, we're
gosh.
like, oh my God, did we even mention the episode? Y'all,
Well-
this episode is crazy because I did not know what it was going to be about because it's just called Wig.
I, for some reason, thought I was wearing a wig in it. And then once I watched it, I was like, oh. I say, okay.
I see. Just trying to throw someone off their game with a wig.
So this episode, written by David Feeney, directed by Christine Gordon. Let's break it down really quick. So as the loft's newest roomie, Reagan, settles in, if you haven't been listening, Megan Fox is on the show, and we called her Reagan to make it easier on everyone.
Yeah.
So Reagan settles in. Some growing pains emerge. One, she's too hot for Nick to handle. So she keeps hiding out in Schmidt, or he keeps hiding out in Schmidt's room. And then two, because of this, Schmidt and Cece have no time to be alone. They can't do nasty stuff to each other.
Facts.
If you know what I mean. Nasty stuff. And then three, Winston's offended that Reagan never wants to hang out. So he maneuvers his way into her world, and as a byproduct, her messy love life. So let's dive into it, shall we?
First of all, this episode opens in the space of true disgustingness.
Yes.
The burritos?
Yeah. No, I've eaten I've been known to eat a burrito in a sloppy manner, but only it depends on where you get it from. See, when you buy a burrito, if they pack it tight, you're good to go. But
That's true.
sometimes they be trying to do the most. They give you that loose ass tortilla
No.
and barely fold it.
No,
And
that's
it's
Nick
packed
Miller
with
style.
stuff. Yeah, I can't do
He
it.
loves a loose burrito.
Nobody want all that loose meat. Loose huevos and meat all in your mouth. Nobody want that.
Should we open a Mexican restaurant together
Hannah, that would be so problematic.
called Loose Meat?
We've got the loosest meat in town. Yeah. Okay.
You guys, that's a no.
That's a no.
I
We're
saw
not gonna
somebody,
do
by
that.
the way, a woman making Indian burritos. So she was putting like curry and like
Samosas.
jeera rice and everything, but wrapping it in a tortilla.
Oh.
Maybe that's my access to loose meat.
You can go ahead. Get your loose meat on, Hannah. Hannah, can we talk about this episode and you stop talking about your loose Indian meat?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
This is where we're in a mess, you guys. Okay. All right. We kick things off. The gangs are eating loose meat burritos from a spot
right.
where Winston helped a woman give birth in the kitchen. Enter a new roomie, Reagan. And
But
she's
before she comes in though, this part is very funny to me. When they all stop eating, they unanimously agree that this is terrible.
Yes.
They put their burritos down, they throw it away, and then they look over at Nick. He's just complaining while eating. And Schmidt's like, I knew that wouldn't stop you from eating.
Yeah, I know. He just doesn't get the memo. He's like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Gross.
Gross.
And they act all weird and awkward because she's so hot and
That's right.
mysterious.
She's very mysterious. That's right.
So Winnie gets on a mission.
That's right. He feels slighted because, they're asking if she can hang out. Now, honestly, Nick is being a little weird about it. But she doesn't want to hang out with them. So he decides to make her hang out with them. Mm-hmm. He just put her on his non-sexual to-do list, okay? And number one on his non-sexual to-do list is Joan. Well, on his
Allen.
actual, she's on his actual sexual to-do
Yeah.
list. Yeah. Joan Allen's number one.
Joan Allen.
Which I've had sex with.
Mrs. Allen.
Allen.
This thing, oh my God. I will tell you this. So the show starts, Nick barges in on Schmidt and Cece. They're about to make a sex. And Nick says, no, you're not I'm not interrupting anything because it's not sex until you put the straw in the coconut.
That's right.
And then he sits down and lays his into his burrito, which is super disgusting. I will say I remember this episode and I loved it so much because so much of it took place in the bed.
Lazy.
You know how nice that was to go to work. You didn't have to do a lot of wardrobe, and that's exactly it. I could just sit there in a nice cozy bed to do my acting, and it was a great day. I love.
So that's
this
what that was
episode.
about. That was just you spent most of the time in the bedroom, and that's why you thought this is the best episode.
It was
Lazy.
a great episode. Well, it was a very Nick Miller episode where just lay down and hold a Heisler. It was like, oh, she. Cece gets to be in bed and just kind of sit there. I was like, this is great. This is good for my body. I'm into it.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of running. We'll get to it, but I
You
was
got
all
a
over the
lot of
place.
stuff. Okay.
Hold on.
All right. Here, speaking of running, this part. Oh my gosh. Okay, so funny. Winston catches up to Reagan on a run, says
That's
the
right.
scariest line in the world.
He said, I've been chasing you for miles like a murderer, but that's what murderers do. And she should always be aware. This is a PSA to all you folks out there, all you listeners out there. If we could do anything for you today, the one thing we want you to take away is watch your back when you're out on a run. Watch your back. Know your surroundings. Don't just be running thinking this world is yours. You share
I will tell
it.
you,
And
I had a roommate in college, gorgeous, blonde hair, blue eyed, stunning, just like this. She was just a picture of perfection, gorgeous roommate. And so sweet. She was so pretty. And our university was in a huge forest.
mm-hmm.
And she would put her headphones on and go for a run in the woods every
Did they ever find her?
day. Bro, correct response. It was the craziest thing. And this is before you had smartphones. She was running. And every day I'd be like, she's going to die today.
But here's what you find
She
out
came
about
back.
a person.
She was fine. She was
Well,
totally fine.
yeah,
And by the
she
end of
came
it,
back.
What?
She came back, but other people were missing. She was the one murdering. You wouldn't expect her, right?
Bro,
It'd be them once.
forget the Indian burrito shop I wanted us to open. We're going to open a crime solving company.
Because I'm sure she got some bodies under her belt. She's just out there.
All right.
"Ooh,
I lived
look
with
at
a
me."
murderer.
You
Let
probably
people
did,
know.
Hannah.
I survived.
You survived. Anyway.
Anyway, now that we've solved that crime
And so
in Vancouver.
Winston sees a bubbler. It's that's a Midwestern term, kind of Milwaukee-ish, even New England. People call it a bubbler. I never
Bubbler, they
call.
do not. No one calls them bubblers.
Yes, they do. I never did. I
For
would say
real?
that's that's the damn dirty water fountain right there. Because there's a Band-Aid in there that he might have sipped on. But Reagan, she stops, she waits for him to drink his water, and someone calls out to her, the wonderful Clea Duvall.
Yeah,
Clea
she's so funny
Duvall.
in this episode.
And, this person's name is Camilla, and Reagan's been avoiding her since being in LA, right?
And when he spills all the beans.
All the beans.
The beans. It's one of those moments where you're like, their friendship isn't solid yet because the first bean spilled by Winnie, you would think Reagan would just be able to give him one of those, like, and then he would know, oh, shut up. But they don't have that dynamic, so he just spills all the beans.
Right, because he partly is not given a lot of information about her.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
This is what
He's not
started
doing
the whole thing anyway today on their
they
date
dated
together.
Yeah, Reagan and Camilla, they dated a little bit, but now Reagan's over it. She'd rather ghost her than actually break up with her. She's never actually dumped someone before. She kind of just moves on. And so Winston is like, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you break up with her. You know what I mean? Because apparently Winston has been dumped. I think his number was 47 times, which doesn't make sense. It just don't make sense. You can't be dumped 47. I mean, you 47 times someone, you had 47 girlfriends.
That's what I'm trying to say. He's not the most active dater in the loft. Let's just put it that way.
So stop it with your foolishness, you clowns.
That's like the kind of kid was like, well, my first girlfriend was in kindergarten. And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
no. Sir,
That don't count.
no,
That was
we're
your
not counting
teacher,
those.
sir.
Yeah, we're not counting Mrs.
They arrested
Goods.
your teacher. They arrested her, sir. What happened to you shouldn't have happened. No,
That's not what we're counting right now.
Yeah. And so, like
Then she does the read. She does the read on the boys. She's like, I read you guys the moment I got here. Nick Steele he honest to God might be 50. That's also Jake's name. Schmidt Steele he had to Shazam Stairway to Heaven. Winston Deal he's been dumped a lot.
Yeah, and he can't deny it.
That's one of the
he's
weird
pretty good.
Winston things that they know they can say anything about Winston, and the audience is like, Winston's a little weird. That tracks. It doesn't matter because it all tracks when it doesn't make sense.
For all you folks out there, this is what we want in the comments. We're going to post something and it just says, Winston is, and Winston's deal is, and then you guys just fill in the blanks. You guys just write in the comments what you think Winston's deal is, because it is
You all are going to be
everything.
Right, by the way. That's right.
It is
All
everything.
of you are going to be right because it can be anything. That's Winston's deal can be anything. He gets dumped a lot. Sure.
That's right.
Okay. Sure. This disgustingness, back at the loft, Schmidt and ZC are exasperated. Their room is covered in Nick's filth, and they haven't had any alone time.
No, they have not.
Because Nick just gets too weird, so he has to hide out.
Yeah.
Which kind of does make sense. I understand that. You're living with a person you have a crush on. You need somewhere to go. But doesn't he have his own room?
He has his own room, but if he's in his own room, she can hear him crunching on his burrito. That's his logic. I'm like, just don't eat the brie, you sloppy mother. Anyway, but Schmidt kind of gets it though, because when he first met Cece, he had to make up all kinds of stories about her to stay cool. Like she had a glass eye or a wooden foot, or that she's a Democrat.
I am a Democrat.
His reaction is, he's like,
Can't cope, can't deal.
Oh my god.
So then they catch a plan, and the plan is, okay, we're going to come up with a detail about Reagan that will turn Nick off. They got to do something to break the goggles here.
Right.
Can't do the glass eye because he'll think she's a government op. It has to be smart and nuanced and so surgical that it'll just make his brain spin out, which is something, by the way, they take into the next episode, which I really like too, where they understand how the brain works on Mr. O'Miller.
Oh, Sticky Nicky.
So, okay, at the bar, Winston workshops a breakup with Reagan. Okay, The first run through, she panics and tries to leave. So Winston says, you know what, just tell the truth. And then Reagan flips it and says, well, you've had so much experience being dumped. Could you just do it for me? By the way, this is some classic, I love it, old school, right on brand, like girl manipulation. Because women like to do things. We like relationships. A lot of us are big nurturers. Not everybody, but a lot of us. So we can help you. We're going to do it. And she sees that weakness in you.
That's right. That's right. But his role playing, I think that to me, when I improvised that, and I was basically just acting like some girls I knew from like my younger days in New York.
Like, I know what this is.
From the Bronx. Oh my God. Like, why is he breaking up with me and stuff? Like, oh my God. I remember some of them from back in the day. So that's basically what that was for all those folks wondering.
I mean, it was perfect. I've seen that
Totally made
before
it up.
in real life. Yeah. Okay, so once they come up with their plan that's going to make his brain spin out, they sit down with Nick and tell him, Reagan wears a wig.
And that's why the episode's called Wig.
That's why it's called Wig, which, by the way, surprised me because I didn't know why it's called Wig.
Surprise.
And he does not buy it. And I love this part because she's like, oh, it didn't work. And he's like, it didn't work. And Schmidt's like, patience.
Mm-hmm.
Patience. I know my boy.
I love the fact that Jake turns around and he just points at it. It's like, no. Then he goes up to the hair, right? He's feeling it. And then he starts to smell it. And right when she turns around, it's like, I'm just Nikki being Nikki.
Oh my God. I'm like, how can you make it worse? You're trying to sit there and figure, like, you think you have a chance with this woman and you are being so unhinged the entire time. You eating a burrito in a messy style is like the least of your concerns. Like, it stops sniffing her. Then
Hannah, you probably think the most attractive man in the world is your husband, right?
True.
So, and he's quite the looker, I gotta say. Now, when you first met, what if your initial meeting was him sniffing your hair and then jumping back? Do you see yourself being married to this man today? If that was the first
I would know
encounter?
that he really liked me and that I got him and I would have the upper hand and it wouldn't bother me.
So, dude, roll up. you know how it usually ends with them doing the manhunt for your body. Okay, that's and you said, "Oh, that means I got the upper hand." No,
That's
that means
right.
he got your DNA. That's what that means. That man just took a clip. Oh man, for women out there, if you see a man sniffing your hair, run. Please don't look at it the way Anna looks at it. Oh my gosh.
I'd be like, oh, he likes me so much, he even likes how my hair smells.
Well, he's gonna eat it. Look, he made a doll out of my hair. Oh, that's
This
nice.
is why I can't be out in the streets, you guys. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then once again, Nick, he barges in on Schmidt and Cece trying to knock boots. Who sang that song? H-Town?
H-Town.
H-Town.
Good loving body rocking, knocking boots all night long.
It was so good, that song. So he's like, you know what? Like, is it even a big deal that she wears a wig?
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts to spin. Slowly starts to spin out in a crazy way.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and breaks into her room.
That's right. And he
like
is
a lunatic.
I mean, it wasn't even like a good, clean search. He's just throwing stuff around. He wants it to be known.
That's right.
Like when they in the movies when they or they're searching for evidence in someone's house, or they just trash the house. They don't even like open a drawer, look and close it. They
like,
just
you didn't need to
throw
kick the door in. Like, you didn't have to do that. Why'd you have to break a window?
Why'd you have to throw my bowling ball through a window to search the drawer? I'm like, why'd you have to do that? You know what I mean? That's what he was doing in her room.
We're back in the chaos.
Back into the chaos. That's right.
We're back in the chaos. Yeah, it's totally insane. But it's also like at that point, it's not a roommate situation anymore because you think you're living with like a criminal that's hiding
Right.
someone. So it's all over. So there's no respect there. He's not like, oh, I'll figure it out and then I'll get over it and I'm still going to be in love with her and want her. Like he's burning it down because she's
Yes.
obviously like a double agent or something and it's all done. And like Cece and Schmidt are now spiraling because this is not what they wanted to have happen until Cece
Until.
finds 2 fake IDs.
That's right. We've all been there.
And now
We've all been
the
there.
idiots join the idiot club
That's right.
is the only way to
Fake it.
say it. Yeah, like what the heck? They think she's a grifter and they start to put a plot together. And now Schmidt and Cece have fallen victim to their own plan.
That's right. That's
I
right.
I love it.
Now, meanwhile, Winston's at the bar. He's at the bar with Camilla, about to do the deed. Not that deed, you damn dirty freaks. He's about to break up
He
with
got
her on
conned into doing the breakup.
on Reagan's behalf. And, she's rightfully pretty angry about it. And he looks at Winston and goes, well, you must know how I feel right now because you've clearly been dumped many times. He's like, well, why do people keep saying that? What makes you think I've been dumped many times? She goes, well, you ordered a Shirley Temple. My favorite is his comeback. He calls it a Virgin Denzel. It's a Virgin Denzel. Now, Winston tells Camilla that he did tell Reagan to break up with her personally. You know what I mean? He's trying to give her the advice, the best possible course of
Both
action.
of these
is you
women
gotta
are
go and do it.
playing him to like so well and appealing to his like vulnerabilities and his intimacy and his like being an empath. Like both of these women have manipulated and played this man. Okay.
100%. So Camilla stands up and she gets Winston on board. They're about to go and find her. And Winston is like, oh, no, wait, this is not a good idea. Now, back at the loft, Reagan, she comes in and she finds them doing all that crazy stuff.
Yes. Trashing the room, doing the thing. Yeah.
And
then they call her in the room. Cece's like hot. She
Right.
is so pissed right now.
Yeah.
And then Reagan can explain it.
She kind of can.
So she can explain it and she goes through it. My favorite part is like, we're really sorry for going through your room. And then Reagan's like, oh, that's not what I'm upset about. I went through all your rooms when I moved. But what she's upset about is she didn't jump to any conclusions.
That's right. She should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Nick has a random 2x4 with a nail in it. And I love how that almost causes a rift in the law because
I know,
he's
the
building a
treehouse.
treehouse. Everybody knows about it except for Schmidt.
Devastated.
Oh my God. So what they do is they apologize for going through her room.
Right.
You know what I like about this is when they say they went full Nick, right?
I know.
They went full Nick. There is a saying, full Nick Cage. I'm not sure if this came from that. They go full Cage. So when he's like, being Nicolas Cage, when he's being really
our
like
favorite.
big, that's called full Cage. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Full Nick.
I don't know.
I wonder. But anyway, they apologize for going through her room. And then, Schmidt explains that Nick and Cece can be a little cuckoo sometimes, but also they don't know anything about her. So that's the reason why. You know what I mean?
Relationship building. You got to do it in a TV show, you guys. Relationship building.
100%.
So she gets it. She realizes she's been a bit of a lone wolf. But then Camilla and Winston burst through the door.
That's right.
And you say the funniest line of all time.
Let me get ahead of this, Rumi. I did not help today. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you try to send somebody else to do your job. It ain't going to get done. It ain't going to get done the way you want. Done.
But he also did. Now she knows where she lives. Like he could not have. He screwed the pooch so badly.
And which room
is
hers? You know what I mean?
It's so bonkers. It's so funny how bad he screwed it. But he's like, look, do the right thing. And she then immediately deflects and lies.
Mm-hmm.
And
the gang tries to lie for her.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, everybody's
all in some
jumping
gang.
in. They're all in some Japanese gang, apparently.
Yes,
Some
they're
Japanese crime
disgusting
family.
criminals. It's a Japanese crime family.
But so Reagan, so after all that, we realize Camilla's no dummy. She's just like, okay, this is stupid. I'm going to get out of here. But then Reagan, she does the right thing. She steps up and she breaks up with her for real. She's very vulnerable and she tells her what she needs to tell her. Camilla tells her she appreciates the honesty. And she goes, I think I left my sweater with you. She's like, oh, it's in my room. She's like, oh, I'll go get it. And Winston immediately knows this trick. He's like, oh no. She ain't getting no sweater. She ain't getting no sweater.
Yeah.
And she proceeds to destroy the room.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, I don't think that's ever happened. That's happened to me once where someone got really, they didn't destroy the room, but they were throwing things in the room at me. And didn't destroy the room, but, destroyed some things, I would say.
I mean,
it was an
I
attempt
had
to
an
hurt
old
me.
roommate that threw a plate.
Like a frisbee, or just like how they?
No, a plate like at
I know,
me.
but like a frisbee. They threw it frisbee style, or they threw it like
No, they threw it.
hand on the bottom.
No, they threw it like frisbee style. I think this way, like the plate's flat. They threw it like a ninja star, like that way.
Oh wow, that's skill. That's a
Yeah, it
skill
came.
to throw.
I went like this way.
You caught it?
It's crazy. No, it shattered.
Should have caught
Can
it
I
with your
tell
teeth.
you what is crazy about this roommate though? I had come home, so I had got an apartment. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm on the lease. She moves in. She's living there. Whatever. Fine. We work at the same place too. That's how we became roommates. So she had told her friend who she really liked, he was being kicked out of his apartment, okay, that he could come live at our place because I was probably going to go at some point anyway. So he gave his notice. She called my landlord, our landlord, and said, Hannah's moving out. This guy's moving in. My landlord called me and was like, "Oh, we loved having you. You're moving out, and there's a new person. Like, we have to figure something out because your name's on the lease. Someone else is gonna like take over the lease because it's all under you right now." I said, "I'm not moving out. What are you talking about?" She called and gave my notice, so I came home and I was like, "Hey, you just." And she went berserk because she said, "My friend's gonna have to live on the streets now. He gave up his apartment. You gotta go." And then she threw a plate. And I was like, what in the Delulu land is going on here?
Hannah, was this woman black?
No.
Yeah, Hannah. These are times where I've always told you to get that operation where you turn yourself black. Because ain't nobody doing that to a black woman.
That was crazy. I was like,
You throw a
what
plate?
you threw a plate at my head.
You would have got your ass whooped.
I was like, bye, girl. I was like, whatever. And then I called the landlord. I'm like, there's a hole in the wall. Take it out of her security because she's in there trashing the apartment.
I wish I knew you then, Hannah. I wish I knew you then. I would have been the biggest instigator. I would have been like behind you going, whoop her ass. Throw a fork at it. Throw a bowl at her. Throw a frying pan at her.
World Star.
World Star.
Imagine when World Star was the whole thing. Anyway, I was thinking about that when I watched this scene because you watch Megan Fox on the last thing that gets thrown really actually she physically reacts and dodges. Because I don't know, they probably had someone from props in Jess's bedroom just throwing things out every 5 seconds, right? It wasn't Clea. And so I'm like, oh my God, that's so funny. And one of them was really big and loud and genuinely made her jump and scared her. Because I think she was like, okay, that was getting close. Like, slow down, you guys. You don't need to be throwing that stuff. But it got a good reaction. So the show ends on Nick barging in on Schmidt and Cece one last time. He said he got used to eating here because it's cozy. Then Reagan joins and says, this is where we eat, right? Then she starts to eat her burrito in the most disgusting, loose meat, disgusting way. Then Winston comes in, and this is the part where I was like, this was unnecessary. Now it's not funny, it's just disgusting. And spills his food. I'm going to gag talking about it all over the bed. Do you eat in your bed?
No, like I might have like a turkey sandwich in there or like some sort of like pot roast. But I don't really eat in there. No. No. Like a tiny little
Like
like
just
a
a
bowl of
chili.
grapes. Like a bowl of grapes or something loose and easy, but
Sure.
nothing like that. Like an apple or orange. I eat orange in my bed like all the time. Love an orange.
Really?
Favorite fruit. Love an orange.
Citrus bed boy. Got it.
Phew. Oh yeah. Love an orange.
Just sucking on a lemon in my bed.
We love an orange. We love lemon.
I went through this episode, I realized, as we've been recapping this, lightning fast, because it was genuinely so disgusting to me. Like the eating the food in the bed thing. Like I remember in university, I had this roommate, a lot of roommate talk today. I had a roommate. She was also very beautiful. I lived with a lot of very beautiful women. Another very beautiful woman, not a murderer. And I remember she was Malaysian, and she's so gorgeous. Yeah, she's so gorgeous. And I remember we moved into our apartment together, and she was like setting up her room, and I went to sit down on her bed, and I thought she was going to throw me off the balcony. Maybe she was a murderer because she was like, "No outside clothes on the bed. No outside clothes on the bed." And I remember it was the first time I'd ever heard it in my life. And now, and then it stuck with me. Like it was a full recoding of that part of my brain.
Now that's how you are.
That's how I am. I'm like, if somebody took their outside clothes and laid in my bed, I got to wash the sheets. No outside clothes on the bed.
I want you to know what days do you normally clean your house? Like what's like a day?
I'm cleaning it all the time. I'm one of those people. Like the house, it's clean all the time.
Okay, so next time you do laundry,
The
next time you,
Malaysian princess.
I'm gonna
She
come to
helped
your.
me.
I'm gonna go golf, right?
Yeah.
At the dirtiest golf club I could find, like the
Okay.
most public dirty course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go roam the streets looking for strange all day. I'm gonna walk into your home.
I've already
on.
locked all the doors. No
Shoes
shoes in
on.
the house.
Shoes on. I'm coming in.
No shoes in the house.
Renegade style. I'm talking.
You're not even going to.
booted
I won't
up.
even let you in the door if you're going to put a shoe into my house.
Hannah, I'm kicking the door in.
Do you wear
I'm
shoes in
breaking-
your house?
I'm breaking into your home, Hannah, and I am jumping in your bed, full clothed, full shoes, and I'm gonna say,
Well, okay.
Get
All
to
right,
wash
listeners. Anybody want to buy a house in the valley?
Get to wash.
I got to
it.
list the house.
I
got to list the house if you did that.
Yeah, it's gonna be real nasty up in there. Real nasty.
I remember this was a big talking point for a long time because people take their shoes off when they come to my house, and I think that bumps like a lot of Americans to take your shoes off because they're not sock prepared.
No,
Like,
I take
people
my
are
shoes
just
off
sort of
at the front. I always take my shoes
Yeah.
off at the front. The problem I have sometimes is that when I have people over, if it's like
Yeah.
a large group, because I sometimes throw like a little event or a little party or something like that,
Yeah.
and I'll like the first few people that come in, they'll say, "Oh, take your shoes off." I go, "Yeah, sure." But here's the thing: they're coming into the house, but then the party's in the back, so I don't have
You got
them.
to carry your shoes all the way to the backyard.
and I won't be watching the door as much.
Yeah.
And I can't be like, all right, all 8 of y'all who just walked in here, take your shoes off, hold them, walk to the back. It's annoying
It's a
because
lot.
then
I know.
I have an indoor-outdoor kind of flow when I'm throwing parties. It's a very indoor-outdoor vibe. Drinks are inside, food's inside, walk outside, go enjoy the sun, come back and forth. So I just let them keep the shoes on and I do a deep clean afterwards.
Yeah. It's hard. Parties are different, but as a general rule, no shoes in the house and nobody's going in the bedrooms if they have their outside clothes on. I can't do
I
it.
have to, especially when I'm intimate with a lady, because I like to do it fully clothed. And it, full time.
You guys just
very-
have jackets on, boots,
Straight up.
scarf, gloves. You in that New
Oh, my
York
God.
blizzard.
Gotta have my
inside.
Yankee fitted on, my Timberland boots.
The Timberland boots.
Got my Timbs on. Oh my
Good
gosh.
Lord. Anyway, that's why this episode honestly icked me out. It was a very funny episode. It was great. I understand it. It totally played into the characters of everybody. We got to learn some really fun, weird facts about Winston. Yes. But as a fan sitting on the couch, I was just, when Winston spilled his eggs at the end, I'm like, I am so done this episode. I am so grossed out right now. Please stop. I will say, as an actor, the most comfortable episode I've ever shot because I got to lay around in bed all day. That's a great way to get paid.
I like the episode. I love the episode because I got to, you know what I mean? I got to work, you guys. I was just blessed to have an opportunity to express my talents and share it with the world.
That's right.
Whether they had me lying down in the bed, which I was not able to, they had me running around the park, actually, dressed looking like Barney. I think I was wearing a purple shirt or something. This is when I was in the least. I was so out of shape during this moment. And it was like they took my dumpy body, and they're like, "We're gonna have you run it with Megan Fox some morning. You and your dumpy body, we're gonna run it next to Megan Fox." And look at that visual. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? No, guys,
anybody, by the way, running next to Megan Fox, you're losing.
I mean, not me right now. Where's she at?
You can DM Megan and be like, "Want to go for a run? I just need to prove something to myself."
I'm just saying, if y'all out there, go look at my last post on Instagram. Look at that. Look at that thumbnail.
Oh, wait. I got to talk about Instagram for 1 second because I would like to say this because the phone listens, right? So like we follow each other, we tag each other and stuff, you and I, and then we text each other and call each other a bunch. Okay? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much golf stuff is now on my Explore page? I started sending it to you, which I realize is only going to make the algorithm worse. But I'm like, I don't want this.
You do.
I don't want to doom scroll golf.
You need it.
I hate it so much. You really just...
Jesse golfs.
Yeah. No, he doesn't talk about it. He's smarter than that. He's sitting there talking about golf all the time.
He's probably looking at golf videos on your phone. And that's why the algorithm is doing it. That's why. Golf. He talks about golf a lot, I'm sure.
Happy husband's golf. All right, you guys. Roomy message of the week is from our friend Samuel. And it says, you may remember Samuel as the person who was asking about where we filmed Tinfinity so he could throw a Tinfinity party of his own. He's back. All right, Lamorne, you read
He's
this.
back. Okay, so, hey, Mess Around gang. Just wanted to send another big thank you to you all on the pod for not only answering my big question about Tinfinity, but also for welcoming us into the loft and making us roomies of the week. It's been such a special connection moment for my best friend Kara and I. The timing was perfect too, because she's here with me in Seattle right now. I had surgery at the beginning of the month, so she's been keeping me company while I get ready to go back out into the real world. It's given us plenty of time to check in about our Tinfinity, and I think we've brainstormed a super solid event. Let us know if you have any notes on the guest list. Thank you all so much. I'd put the mug ass out for all of you.
Ooh.
Let's go. That's right. Sam trying to get that ass out there. Sam. Yeah. Trying to get it.
Get the ass out mug. Okay. So 2027. So we're doing this with a long runway. Okay. Rancho Park Picnic. What does it say? Oh, golden hour.
Golden hour. And warm.
Yeah.
Okay. So here is
the guest list. The Loft 6.
Okay.
That's sweet. That's Damon gets to come.
That's true. That's true. Or it could be Reagan, or it could be who's the it could be Outside Dave.
Could be Outside Dave. Ferguson.
Could be Ferguson. Could also be Fred Armisen.
Could be Fred. Yeah, the Loft 6, we need you to clarify. Who's the Loft 6? Right. And then, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's not Reagan. It's not Reagan because he's on here. Okay, so Jamie Lee Curtis, right?
Yes. Oh, she
Justin
is on
Long.
Here. Yes.
Steve Howie.
Howie, yeah. Dr. Sam. We love Dr. Sam.
Nasim Pedrad.
Invite her to every party. She's so beautiful.
Right. And Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yeah. This is a pretty good guest list. I do think you do. I do think you got to employ Outside Dave. Make Outside Dave security.
Invite Steve. Yeah.
Steve.
This is what I will say. I feel like Benito really has like changed the field for all of us, because the couple that got married during the Super Bowl halftime show, right, is a real
Are
couple.
now getting divorced. Oh, sorry.
Is a real couple that invited him to like their wedding. And they were like, well, he's not going to come to your wedding, but would you like to get married
Yeah.
at one of his shows? Just his biggest show. No big deal. So you never know. You put something like this out there. Sometimes crazy things happen.
Crazy things have happened. I'm trying to add to this guest list, though. Who do you think we're missing?
Of who else can come? Ooh, yeah, outside day. Oh my goodness. Why can't I remember his name? Oh, that's so
Dunstan.
terrible. Dunstan. I love Dunstan.
Dunstan has to come. Sam Richardson would have to be there.
I'd have to look it up.
I'm going to say Meredith Weaver.
Oh, yeah. Elizabeth.
Rattle things in a relationship. Screw the party up a little bit. David Neer has to be there. Benjamin.
That's true. Ben Falcone.
Ben Falcone. Oh,
Ben
yes.
Falcone would be a great, he could run the bar.
That's right. That's
with
right.
Jake, which is great.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good list right there. For people coming to your event. Cool. Let us know when you're having it. I know for a fact Hannah is available to be there.
2027. All days right now are currently open.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm not even going to try to. I'm 100% honest with you, Samuel. If I am available, I am coming. I am going to be there. I'm going to be
really?
there. Yeah, are you kidding me? I love a good party. Let's do it.
It's outside. You can keep your shoes on and your outside
Park.
clothes
it's
on.
It's where I golf at Rancho Park.
Ooh.
Let's go. Let's make it happen.
All right.
Make it happen.
Okay.
And I'll bring Nassim.
And bring Nassim.
Because we'll be dating by then. We'll be engaged.
Do you know how many people really want to know if this is a bit or not? Everybody.
Have we posted it yet?
Yes.
Oh, we did? I didn't get tagged.
No, like the episode's out. We haven't put anything out on
oh.
social yet.
Okay.
But from the episode being out, everyone's like, is this a thing? Only 2 people know, you guys. Only 2 people know.
Oh, yes. And Robbie. We got to have Robbie there, too.
Robbie!
We got to have Robbie. We got to have Robbie. Anyway.
We could invite Taylor Swift for you, you know? Just a little T-Swift.
Oh, that would be the best.
Prince would have come for sure. He liked weird parties. You know.
That's true. Oh, man. All right. Well, folks, you know what to do. Go ahead and stick around. Next week, we got episode 508.
Next week is one of the weirdest, funniest, most bizarre episodes. Also caught me off guard. And I feel like it was a grower. Like the first, I feel like 5-10 minutes, not a shower. I watched it and I was like, oh, it's a funny episode. And then it got real funny real quick with some of the most quotable lines ever. So make sure you come back next week for 508, The Decision.
Right. Follow us on IG and TikTok at The Mess Around Pod. Hit me up at Lamorne. Hit up Hannah, the real Hannah Simone, as opposed to not the real Hannah Simone.
And that exists too. Don't follow that one.
Yeah. Hit the notification bell. We like for you to know when we drop new things. And it's important to show us some love. We want to show you some love too. Hit us up on Patreon. For all my Patreon folks out there, the nudes are coming. I've already taken the photos, and I'm just working some angles and photoshopping some things.
Ferguson nudes will be there.
That's right.
The Ferguson nudes, and it's going to be great. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. Thank you for listening. Please don't eat anything with crumbs in your bed. Take your shoes off when you enter your house, and no outside clothes on the bed. You'll thank me later.
That's right.
Gross otherwise. Bye.
The Mess Around is a HeadGum podcast created and hosted by Hannah Simone and Lamorne Morris. The show is produced by Wendy Heisler and engineered by Sam Rogich, with production support from Kyle Chevron and Ali Khan. Our executive producer is Anya Kanovskaya. Katie Moose is our VP of Content at HeadGum. Our theme music is by Ronald Jukebox Jackson. For more podcasts by HeadGum, visit headgum.com or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
That was a HeadGum podcast.